Hello and welcome to episode 3 of my Flames of War list building Vlogmas series. So today we're going to look at the Volksgrenadiers, specifically Hello and welcome to Vlogmas episode number 3. Today we are going to look at some Volksgrenadiers. Now that might be ringing a bell in your ear because if you've been keeping up with Flames of War, they've released a new Volksgrenadier box set. And it looks a bit like this. So within that box set, you get a Volksgrenadier Company HQ, you get a Volksgrenadier Assault Platoon, you get a Volksgrenadier Rifle Platoon, you get an MG44 Machine Gun Platoon, you get an 8cm Mortar Platoon, a 12cm Mortar Platoon, a 7.5cm Gun Platoon, a 7.5cm Tank Hunter Platoon, and a Volksgrenadier Scout Platoon. A lot of infantry you're going to be painting for quite a while, but a bloody cool box set it is, and it's all metal too from what I've established. So I'm going to build that using the forces list builder, and then we're going to try and bulk it up a little bit. So let's start it off. So we're going to go to new force, we're going to go to D-Day German Bulge, that looks about right, and then we can see we've got the Volksgrenadier Company here, so we're going to start a new one here. So in Volksgrenadier Company HQ we know that you get 2 stands. They are reluctant 5, so these guys don't have any motivation. They don't want the war to continue. They're war weary, but they're pushing on for their country. They are just your average skill of 4+, and they are hit on a 3+. So these guys are very green, and they're going to take damage quickly. But they do have an STG 44. Hooray! A rate of fire of 3 and moving 3. So a good assault rifle. They also have a Panzerfaust, so don't be bringing your Shermans too close to these guys. Anti-tank of 12 and a firepower 5+. If you get side armor on pretty much any vehicle that's not like some sort of late war monster, you are going to be able to do some damage if you roll well. It's all about rolling well, guys. Then we've got the Volksgrenadier Assault Platoon. So the stats remain identical to the other one. The only not difference, but the only thing to mention is that last stand of 4+. So they are motivated to stick around a little bit better than they are with anything else. But yeah, still probably not good. So we've got the 7 SDG 44 assault rifles with Panzerfaust for 8 points. And let's just consult the list. 2 Panzerschrecks are added to that one as well. So then we go 2 Panzerschrecks added, like that. It's for 10 points. So we've got the STGs, which we've already spoke about. The Panzerfausts, which we've already spoke about. And then we've got the Panzerschrecks. So believe it or not, the Panzerschreck anti-tank is worse than a Panzerfaust. It's only anti-tank of 11 and a firepower of 5+. But you get the 2 of them in there, so you're really gonna, in that round, gonna have 3 shots using some anti-tank weaponry. So you should get a kill or at least a bail against an enemy vehicle. And you can see what it lacks in AT, having the -1 compared to its Panzerfaust cousin. You get an extra 4 inches of range. And then if you wanted to add in the HMG for an additional point, you get 6 dice for a rate of fire, 2 whilst moving, anti-tank 2 and firepower 6+. Again, the assault on 5+ for the Panzerschreck and the HMG, just because they're heavier weapons and you're not really going to be wanting to carry a Panzerschreck into a fist fight. Now we move on to the Rifle Platoon. So the Rifle Platoon is exactly the same stats as that previous platoon that we looked at, except for these guys have got MG42s and Kar 98 rifles. So they rate of fire of 2 whilst halted, and moving as a rate of fire of 1. If we consult in the list, they've also included 2 Panzerschrecks for 9 points. So we've got a 7 stands with 2 Panzerschrecks. So we've already discussed that, so we don't need to go into detail with those. So far we're on 23 points. Now you can select another assault platoon if you want to, but we're not going to do that. I do remember that they had some MG34s, so we're going to go 4 of those for 2 points. Rate of fire of 6, halted, so you really don't want to be moving your HMGs, and you get 4 of those, so that's a lot of dice going down the table. Their skill is a 5+, so these guys aren't very skilled. They've got some dodgy eyesight, They're reluctant 5 and hit on 3, so they're even worse than their infantry counterparts, their riflemen. Then we've got some 8cm mortars and we've got 12cm. Okay, so we've got 8cm mortars, just confirming, sorry. Oh, they're taking 6. So 6 guns, that's a big old battery. Their skill is a little bit better than the HMG. It's a bit unusual. I don't understand why the HMG skill isn't as good as the rest of this company so far, but I don't know. Motivation of 5+, skill of 4+, so we already know all of these stats. They're anti-tank 1 and firepower 4+, but they do have a smoke bombardment. If you've got 6 stands, is it 2 inches per gun? I think it's 2 inches per gun. So that's 12 inches of smoke. Or is it 4 inches? It's 2 or 4. I think it's 2 inches of smoke that you're going to be able to put down. Smoke obviously is really, really good for assaulting if you're going to be assaulting using those STG-44s. Again, assaulting with this company might be a bit scary, but if you get within 8 inches, those STG-44s might do really well. Then, oh, I didn't select 6, sorry. Let me just select that 6 and we can return to formation. Then we've got the 12cm. So you can only select 4 for 3 points. Again, reluctant 5 and trained 4, so they're better than the MG-34s. Anti-tank of 2 and a firepower of 3+. So these are going to be what you want to dislodge that infantry that's dug in, but they do not provide smoke by the looks of things. So you're going to be using these as a gun to get rid of those dug in infantry, getting rid of any static guns that are maybe causing you some issues. They've got a range of 56 inches, so that's really good. Probably going to cover the majority of your table. Oh god, I keep doing it, guys, sorry. 4 and save. Return to formation. Now they did have the tank hunter platoon, and I believe they had 4 in that. So let's just double check. Yeah, 4 and 4 of the assault guns. So the stats are exactly the same. Last stand of 4+. Okay. Hold array fighter of 2 and moving 1, which just makes sense. Anti-tank of 12 and firepower of 3+. So these are really good. They're going to dislodge pretty much most allied armor. Obviously, IS-2s, jumbo Shermans, stuff like that, you're going to be wanting something that packs a bit more of a hit. But 12, anti-tank 12 is going to destroy Sherman's T-34s. It's, yeah, really, really good. So I can understand why they've selected 4 for that. Hey, I hit save for once, that's good. So we're at 43 points so far, and we've still got more to cram in. So we've got the 7.5cm gun, infantry gun. They've got 4 of those, so 4 of those. They can fire an artillery bombardment, anti-tank 2, and a firepower of 4+. So probably on par with that heavy mortar. But direct fire is 28 inches, so not as far as that Pack 40, what we were looking at before. However, the anti-tank is 9 and firepower 3+. So again, you're going to be able to deal with most medium tanks. But you're going to be using this more as a way of dislodging infantry, I think, and those static guns that are annoying you. But worst case scenario, you know, if your Pack 40s have taken a hit, you can't get that AT-12, maybe you might be able to get that AT-9 side shot into some of those medium tanks. So 4 of those, that takes us to 50 points, and we're still going. So now we've got the reconnaissance, so the Volksgrenadier Scout Platoon. I believe the box is incorrect. Yes, 5 stands that I've just seen there, and there's 7 stands showing here. But 5 stands for 8 points. You do get the scout, so again, you get that additional deployment area using these guys, and then they're just your typical scout platoon, and with the same infantry stats, and these guys are using that STG-44, but they've also got Panzerfaust. So they've got all the equipment, they just don't have the motivation or skill. But we've got 58 points. So if we return to force, now what are we gonna, we've got so much to choose from, guys. We've got anti-tank, we've got some Volks Hetzers, Volks Stugs, so let's keep it within the Volks realm of things. So we don't need any more artillery, I don't think, or anti-tank, static anti-tank guns, but we need tanks, and we need what else do we need? We need tanks. So Volksgrenadier Hetzer platoon, I can imagine this being very, very cheap. For 10 points you can get these hetzers, they come in reluctant 5, last stand of 4, counterattack of 6. They really don't want to attack. Counterattack, which is understandable. Trained as a 4+, assault on a 5+. They hit on a 3. So they've got a front armor of 7. So yeah, it's pretty good. Side and rear 3. Anti-tank of 11. So not as good as a Pack 40, firepower 3+, and they're overworked. So again, you're going to be taking a hit because of that overworked aspect of it, and they're only forward firing. So anything within that 90-degree arc, you can fire at. Anything else, I think you're going to have to take the movement hit. So you're going to have to act as if you're moving. But they're hetzers, and they look so cool. So I'm going to throw 4 in, because you know what? Why not? So we move up to 68 points. Now, it wouldn't be the Ardennes offensive without some King Tigers. Are we going to be able to cram King Tigers in with only, 32 points left? Yeah, we should be able to, So let's have a scroll down. Let's get some King Tigers in. I'm ignoring all the rest of this stuff just for the time being. Sorry if you're interested in seeing all of that. Now we've got the Tigers, Tiger 2 Tank Platoon SS, or the Tiger 2 Tank Platoon. So let's see what the difference between these are. So the SS, oh, I said you could, 31 points for 2. Okay, what if we go just traditional here? 36 for 2. Oh no, so you can't even cram those in. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. What we're dealing with. So there's a lot of green stuff on here. And realistically, you're probably going to want to be defending with this sort of force. And you're going to have to be leaving a lot in reserve. Oh dear. I'd really want to get those King Tigers on. But if you get them on, there is an allied unit. No. Okay, so we're going to have to go with... The Berlin Tiger tanks are cheaper. But again, they're not good in terms of their stats. I mean, they're still really good. It makes it so difficult to decide. Do I want Tigers or do I want to go with like Panzer 470s? 3 of those for 27 points. These are beasts, guys. These are really, really good. I think they are very underappreciated. Maybe people just don't like the way they look. Maybe just because they're forward firing. But 80 of 14 of firepower 3+. The front armor is really good, 9. I think they are really, really good. But for 27 points, you get 3 of those. I mean, I could ditch those hetzers because they're not that great. What about some Panthers? 3 for 20 points. No, this is a bit better. They hit on that 3+. Panthers in the Ardennes offensive. Let's go 3 of those. Front armor of 10. It's 88 points. So now we've got 4 hetzers. We've got an additional 3 Panthers, and then we could throw in something. We've already got Scout, so I don't really need another Scout. We could, if you wanted to be really careful, you could go like 4 88s. If you're going on the defensive, 4 88s. That's tempting. This is a trickier one than I thought it was going to be. 12 points. You know what? I'm just going to say screw it. I'm just going to say screw it. We're going in. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. 2 Tigers, 2 King Tigers, because it's the Ardennes offensive and because I just want them in there. So let's go through those stats. So motivation of 2, trained of 4, they're hit on a 3. They are going to be doing they've got to do some work to get rid of these guys. But everything else in your list is going to be so vulnerable. If we go back, we go to the view the force. So for 99 points, I'll just throw in 1 lucky card to make it 100. So just pretend we've got that lucky card in there. We've got that set. So we've got everything in that set. Plus we've gone ahead and bought ourselves the hetzers and the Tiger kit. I would tweak it slightly. I think I would remove parts of what they've got in there. Like, I don't think all of those mortars are worth it. I probably wouldn't go the infantry gun or the 12cm mortars, but that's really only freeing up 10 points. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section what you guys would do to this. But the rules are you have to use everything that comes in that Volksgrenadier box set, so no cheating. I think the 4 hetzers for 10 points is probably silly, because they're just going to get destroyed really easy, and they're only giving you 80 of 11. But if you're smart with them, they might do good, and those 2 King Tigers are going to destroy. But if you get put on the defensive, which you're going to be wanting to do, those Tigers are going to have to be in reserve anyway. But you're only going to have 2 reserves, so you're going to have the Tiger, and you could even put in like one of your infantry platoons, so that STG 44 platoon. So you got your Tiger, STG 44 assault platoon, and then the rest of it can just stay on the defensive, taking that hit before those Tigers come in, and then maybe you might be able to turn the tide and whatever you've got left go on the offensive. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, guys. This has been fun. This has been a real head scratch. I'm doing this without any preparation in mind with some of these anyway, so this was completely, let's see what we can make with this. So I might do this again with some of the other box sets, because this was really fun, and it's left me like scratching my head. So yeah, really would like to know what you guys would do with this list, so leave a comment below. Huge thank you goes out to my Patrons and YouTube channel members. Special mention goes out to Oscar and Patrick. You guys are just bloody awesome, just like these 2 King Tigers. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you at the next one.